Welcome to Always Off Brand, where we take e-commerce, simplify it, throw a whole big bag of fun. It is a special bonus episode, ladies and gentlemen. We are the 234th Unboxed Amazon Recap podcast. But let me tell you, as usual, it's different. Joining me today is my co-host, Summer Jubileer.
Hello, hello.
And all credit to Summer. This morning, she's like, I saw Jason Boyce. Have you talked to Jason Boyce? You know, we should get Jason Boyce and we should do an Unboxed recap. So, ladies and gentlemen, back on the program from the early days, the great Jason Boyce.
Hi, Scotty. Thank you, Summer. So good to see you this week in Austin, Texas. Texas is cool.
I throw it to you guys. What the hell happened?
Wow. Well, let us talk about this full funnel unbox situation we just had. So we spent 3 days in Austin where Amazon pummeled us with this word over and over. A couple words. 1, full funnel. 2, interoperational. Right?
Ooh, good one. Yeah.
They said that one over and over again. And 3, what I thought was big this year was but they stretched from small, medium to enterprise businesses across all parts of the portfolio. And that was what I took away the most. How about you, Jason? What were you seeing?
Yeah, I smushed a lot of those titles into one. This whole idea of full funnel ads at scale. And this is the best part, with closed loop measuring. That changes the game. It is incredibly exciting.
Wait a minute. Attra bullshit's no longer a thing?
What's that?
Attra bullshit, which is my word for attribution because it really can't be done. Is that changing?
Hey, you know, Summer said this best. You know, we hit pause on the day too because we're executing our world domination plan over here at Avenue 7.
Yeah, I know.
Summer was the best guest. Sorry, Scotty. But she said,
unbelievable.
I love attribution, but I care about sales more, right? If I do a banner ad and sales spikes in that region, I'm going to go ahead and say that works. So she's smart about attribution.
Did I say that? Oh, good.
You did.
Can you talk?
Brilliant.
Thank you. Can you talk more about what Amazon shared that you can now see measurement on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the multi-touch attribution is a thing. We've been seeing this in AMC and we've been seeing this in ClickPath data for years now, but it just keeps getting better. And, you know, I have to answer the question, Summer, by talking about the old days, right? When Scott and I were young. Scotty and I were young, right?
We were young men.
1947. And everything was bottom funnel, right? And then you didn't have to pay for ads. Then you had to pay for ads. And it was all about, ACOS. I didn't even know what that meant at the time. And to see, all these Amazon folks, we used to turn clients away at Avenue 7 in the early days when they didn't have any brand search volume. We would say, Summer, Amazon is not a channel to build your brand. It's a bottom of the funnel channel. Go build it somewhere else. When your search volume reaches 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, come back and see us and we're going to make you a bunch of money on Amazon. Right?
You go do the hard work and then we'll come in and look like superstars.
Right. That's what we did. That's what we did. Because you couldn't, we were all in Amazon at the time. That's all we were doing. And we couldn't build brand on Amazon. It was all bottom funnel. That has done a complete 180. And the data that they're providing, the ability to build a brand from zero on Amazon with the right budgets, with the right plan, stair-stepping your way, sponsored, brand, DSP, OLV, all the way up to CTV with your targeted audience with freaking lasers, right? To zero right in on your target audience to grow the brand. I don't think that's been possible before. And to be able to loop it back into the sale with first-party data.
Yeah, so one of the things they announced was new product launch.
There's a lot of acronyms there, by the way. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Summer.
Well, we're assuming anyone listening is an Amazon person. Sorry if you're Shopify or Meta, don't bother.
Yeah, right.
To this particular episode. But they talked about the new product launch, which I'm stoked about this as someone who has a very successful brand right now on Amazon, and you're looking for new ways of doing things. It is a managed services program, so it's not something that you can do yourself or your agency can do for you at this time.
Yeah.
But basically, Amazon creates the plan for you for the first 90 days of a brand new product launch. What they didn't share was costs. They didn't share this. Oh, yeah, it's a lot. That's why they didn't share the cost.
It's a big number.
They also didn't say like the parameters about what the new product needs to be. Like, can it just be a line extension? Does it have to be net new? Does it need to be launched at multiple other like retailers? Does it need to be an omni product or just Amazon exclusive? Don't know those things yet.
Yeah.
But I would love to see that playbook. I would love to see what Amazon is putting forward for a new product launch. And I was really excited about that. The other thing they talked a lot about, which Jason was hinting at, was first party data. And it used to be something that was very hard and very difficult to get over to Amazon. And just like to submit a product to Amazon, it's getting just as easy to submit your first party data to Amazon as well. And
Go figure.
Yeah, how about that? And what's cool about it is that you can really build, especially if you don't already have a retail.com, if you are a business that doesn't sell your product on your .com, this is a great way to build lookalike audiences and put your CRM data right into Amazon to build high quality audiences.
Yeah.
And what excited me, Jason, was that you can finally do it in sponsored product and sponsored brand.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what this is.
I mean, the ability to pull in that customer target data from sponsored ads into AMC, that's a game changer. That what that does in my mind as I see that is it allows you to know who that customer avatar is before you launch DSP.
Yeah.
So you're out of the gate knowing who your customer is when you launch DSP display or OLV. And then to take that one step further, see, the whole game is changing, Summer and Scotty, in the best possible way. The game of advertising firms, what's typical, is changing. And if I have a linear TV advertising media buying company, I'm shitting my pants right now, right? If I'm a Facebook media buying company, I'm really worried, right?
Why? Dive into that more. Why are you worried?
Well, because we see it again and again with our client base where folks that, built a brand on Facebook, they have no attribution and their ROAS is under a 1 and they can't connect it. Amazon said this quote to me a long time ago. Facebook knows what you like. That's cool. All right. Google knows what you search. That's cool. Amazon knows what you fucking buy. And you're trying to sell a product to people who buy shit, right?
See, they've collapsed the funnel. They collapsed the funnel, Jason. They've been doing that, and that's why everybody's jealous. There's so much FOMO in every other major retailer because they collapsed the funnel. Now they take the top of the funnel and they're like, you know what? Let me puff my chest out a little bit because that's right, bitches. I'm on every goddamn regional sports live. I'm on national live. I've got content and properties coming out the yin yang. Bye-bye.
I heard another good quote to come on top of that, Scott. Sports is the new prime time.
Yes.
Sports is the new prime time.
Yeah.
I heard the head of ad
How cool
sales.
is that? I can see a future where the NFL contracts come and due, and there's 2 buyers, Amazon and Walmart. Those are going to be the future buyers of NFL rights in streaming.
That's another podcast, but go ahead.
Okay, fine. I'll come back. We'll talk about it.
As usual,
the tech companies, the performance marketing minded, full funnel advertising with this closed loop measuring is magic in a bottle. The world's never seen anything like it. And Amazon is in the pole position. It is very, very exciting.
Let's get into measurement. So
Yeah.
I think I'm with you, Jason. This is super exciting news that they are announcing. One of the things they talked about was in regards to AMC, you used to only be able to get that if you were doing DSP.
Yeah.
Scott, how many brands have you worked with that they weren't ready for DSP because they weren't even spending enough on search? They needed to maximize search before they went to DSP, which is what we've always told people.
A lot. I mean, many.
Well-
Now, especially at Quickfire, because we just take on the little guys, right? They're not.
Yep.
It's not a smart thing for them to do at the juncture. They haven't.
No,
even
we used to do
maxed out-
summer. We used to say spend $1,000 a month on DSP so we can get your AMC data. So we connect with everybody.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
we did that. They're like, I'm not spending on DSP. It doesn't work. I don't care about DSP. I need the AMC data so we can target your customer, right? So we can
Brilliant.
identify your personas, and then we can tie in your ad custom creative to your unique cohort, so the shit works better, right? It converts better. It's magic. This is the new model for agencies in the 21st century, driven by the most important platform, period, Amazon.
So now these brands, I mean, this is where I'm talking about the small dudes are getting a chance,
Yeah.
right? They're getting an opportunity to play and actually be successful. I have a friend who has a charcoal gummy that she really like. It sells on Amazon. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't know how to run the ad. She just has it sitting out there, and organically she gets sales.
Yeah.
A charcoal gummy.
A charcoal gummy, yeah. And let me tell you, when I've been hungover, that thing works.
I'm thinking of like the
looking
the
up my Prime app here.
Yeah, I was gonna say the charcoal. What's the charcoal thing? I mean,
Charcoal
barbecue
takes
situation?
toxins and it pulls them out of your body. So
Really?
alcohol is a toxin. When I got back from Mexico and I had Montezuma's Revenge, I took they're called tummy gummies, and she's not sponsoring the show, but
no free
they
ads.
work. And like I was sick for days, and someone's like, "Hey, have you taken Sarah's gummies?" I was like, no, I forgot. I took some. 24 hours later, I was feeling better. Was I cured? No, but I was so much better. Like, anyways,
I got myself some Cane's fried chicken when I was in Texas. I'm going to order some after the episode. Yeah.
because it's gonna take you like a week to feel better. If you don't.
Like, I got banquet briquettes out or whatever you call them, from, like Weber Grill. Should I just fire those down the hatchet?
Chop them up, man.
Yep.
Chop them up.
Yep.
But your point, Summer.
Yeah, let's circle back to the whole point of the pod. I kept thinking about her during this because one of the announcements was that like you can now create like a DSP ad in 75% less time than previously. And the UI that they're making. I mean, to me, I was wondering how the partners feel about this. Like, this is kind of what, they kept calling agencies, Scott, the partners. Our partners. Look at all our partners, our warm and fuzzy partners. I'm like, okay, yes, the agencies that exist because your shit sucks and no one can operate with your stuff. All I kept thinking was,
and the tech tools.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, like agencies have spent a decade building a software to work because your software is so bad, Amazon, and now you're making it easier.
I got to tell you, there's going to be a bloodbath in the SaaS ad tools category also.
I'm
adding it to the list, right? We talked about TV, Facebook ad companies that aren't, the smart Facebook ad companies are moving into the Amazon space as quickly as they can. But the ad SaaS tool category, there's historical precedence here. Same thing happened with Google. Google started to build this UX so everyone could go right into their own console and manage their own ads. And they automated all of this and they used rules-based. And then a lot of those tools that were built on top of Google APIs got replaced overnight.
Yeah.
It's going to happen here, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to happen here. I got a lot of friends in that space and I'm nervous for them right now. They need to adapt or die.
Adapt or die.
I do not like to give you credit for predicting anything, Jason Boyce, but you have.
It was recorded. You can come back and call me a liar or told me I was wrong. And
You called this out when we had you on before about how the new Amazon agencies and how SaaS and you guys have. Anyway, back to Unboxed and recapping. Okay, the different recap, the one you didn't think you were going to hear recap. Summer, what else?
Let's talk about their creative tools. So they've been talking about AI to make these images. I think they're junk. It's great for some brands, sure. Like, especially if you don't have a creative team, you got to remember who you're talking to here when you're showing me this Amazon, like not impressed. However, again, perfect for small brands. What I was interested in though, was their video. And they talked about how they can take your top of funnel video, which, we're doing these big video campaigns a couple of times a year, and they will splice them and dice them and make them into smaller 10, 15-second videos. Do you know how long it takes me to get my creative team to do that? 6 to 7 weeks.
Yeah.
6 to 7 weeks. So this I was excited for. If I mean, is it going to look good? I doubt it. What they showed was pretty, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
See, Summer, your marketing team would never approve this, but the piece that I'm most excited about is the ability to create custom OLV video, custom creative at scale for those unique personas and test them over and over again. A, B, C, D, E, F tests, right?
Wait,
And
slow
then-
down. Go back to that unique personas part.
Yeah. So again, it goes back to that AMC data. You need to find out who that customer is, right? And so let's see if I can use an example. Nothing is coming to mind right now. But let's say we have a product, and one cohort is a mom, and another cohort for the same product is just happens to be a 25-year-old young man. And you don't necessarily, the same creative isn't going to work as well. You're not going to get the same click-through rate. You're not going to get the same ad conversion rate if you serve them the same creative. So by identifying what your cohorts are, going out and using some of these AI tools to test custom ad creative and get your data right away, either to optimize that campaign or to double down or triple down on the one that performs the best, that is an enormous time saver. But like you throw that out there and you test that stuff, and then you take the winner, then you come back and you put that through your A+++ quality control, amazing artistic brand campaigns that you guys do. So that's really exciting to me.
I think it's really exciting. And I think there's so many of these smaller, medium-sized brands that they get one video a year, and they need to be able to make that stretch and do so. Like I worked with another agency, which again made me nervous for them, who does this. They'll make a video for you, and then they'll make you sponsored brand videos. They'll make you OLV videos. I thought it was cool. And I went to the hands-on keyboard AMC session. So
that's very bold, Summer. I would never, that would terrify me.
There was a heckler, y'all. There was a heckler. I felt, I wanted to get up.
That's the Unboxed recap we're looking for.
You want me to tell you what happened?
Yes. This is what our show is about.
So
you need to find out all the dirty shit, like the creepy crap stuff somewhere else.
I wanted to give this is an Amazon ads rep teaching you like how to run some certain reports in AMC. And they launched 2 new reports in AMC. One is audiences, or like your best performing top audience. So you can create an audience based on like your best sell, like the people that buy your products the most. What sucks about that report is that it doesn't do it by ASIN. So if you sell to men, you have a men's product and a woman's product, it's not going to tell you which product, like, you couldn't break it down. So that part was kind of just frustrating. So during this, they have all their computers out, they have it all set up for you, and they walk you through how to do these AMC reports. And this guy raises his hand because they were talking about first party data. And he goes, so you're telling me I'm going to send my data to Amazon. They're going to put it in this black box that no one can see. And they're going to see one of my products that I don't sell on Amazon. And you're telling me with that information, Amazon's not going to go out and try to source it themselves or try to build it themselves. And he sits back and gotcha. And we're all looking around the room like, what the hell does this have to do with AMC? Like, what? Yeah. This is
Was he wearing a tin hat?
He had greasy long hair.
Cool. Perfect.
And the woman's like, are you asking like what we do with it because it doesn't sell? Like how do you make an audience with that if there's no product match? She's like, no, I want to know how you're sourcing it and going to make it yourself.
And look, it's like, a fair question. It's a fair question for those that are prone to paranoia, but there are rules behind this privacy.
Guess what? But they're gonna do it. Amazon doesn't need. What is this guy selling? What is this dude selling that one isn't already on Amazon? 2 is so successful that Amazon's not noticing it being sold everywhere else. I'm like, it sells 1,000 units a month somewhere. They're not going to waste their time. Like, come on, I have to deal with their private label stuff all the time. They have tons of Amazon basics.
My question to that gentleman would be: are you new here?
Welcome to the party.
I mean,
welcome to the party.
First of all, not a lot of seats available. It's sold out. How the hell did you get in here? Number one. Number 2, are you new?
Who let him in? Thank goodness there was security. Second question. she's going over like how you like make sure when you're building these audiences, you make custom titles. So that way anyone who's going in and pulling these, they know what like this title, like what this audience is, like be super clear. So she's like last 30 days underscore top 30% audience underscore January 2024. And he raises his hands and goes, what's with all the underscores? Why are you putting underscores in titles? I see, and she's like, what? And he's like, I just keep seeing you do it. And I want to notice, like, is that something Amazon needs to have? Like, do you have to do that? And I'm going, what is, and we're all looking around, and I almost summer jubileered it and was like, get the F out. Like, who are you? And I was so proud of my restraint. And then she was like, no, this is just, you can build titles however you want. And he, mind you, between the two questions, it probably took 6 minutes out of like a 40-minute.
That's just
And then
every
after she answered it, he stands up, puts his hands down, grabs his Dr. Pepper, and storms out.
I'll just be taking this Dr. Pepper and I'm leaving. Taking my Dr. Pepper and my unhackable laptop, and I'm walking out on you, Amazon. I hope you can survive.
You're not getting my first party data.
That's right.
Yeah, it was wild.
Don't try to come after me. Don't try to find me. You can't find me.
I just want to give like the woman a hug. I'm like, you didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
She handled it great too, by the way.
I mean, that's a highfalutin event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not?
Yes. I'm like, how did you get a ticket?
Fancy as shit from far away.
Yeah.
It is my favorite conference now.
Is it really? Why?
It's number one for me.
Why, Jason?
Well, first of all, they do a lot of releases and advertising, and you know, I've got true believer syndrome. They're literally changing the game here.
I'm with you
in a way. And coming back to Summer's point about SMBs are no longer SMBs. You know, I got 8 key phrases I wrote down. One of them was,
we only have time. I'm sorry. We only have time for 4.
From 4. Well, I already snuck in 2. So we're
just kidding. I'm just kidding. You get 8 key phrases. Why didn't you do 7? Have you heard the name of your company that you founded and that you're the CEO of? Why didn't you go with 7?
Branding opportunities. Scott, I didn't know you had those kind of chops. From challenger brand to household name is possible on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? National brands. SMBs are now national storefronts, and they need to act as if they're national brands. And, you know, the guys like the one that stormed out of Summer's session is not one of them. They're going to get eaten alive by people who get this, who understand that brand is very important. These brand awareness campaigns, which I was dead set against for 15 years on Amazon, I'm a believer now. You know, another one more quote, because I'm sneaking in 3 just to piss off Scott.
No, like, get your 8.
Get your 8. Get them out.
I'm getting them in. Brand awareness campaigns amortize over time.
Well, yeah.
They don't. You're not going to see the results on the 7 to 14 day attribution window that Amazon has.
I'm kidding.
You're not going to see it, Summer. I'm sorry.
Well, the good news is that the endemic brands that have been doing this off Amazon for years, they at least typically get that part.
They do.
Go ahead. I like how you're rolling.
That's it. Well, I'm going to say,
is that 8?
You know, I snuck in the sports is the new prime time, and you jumped all over that, Scott.
I'm so.
Well,
he's been crystal balling that for a while.
He has, and you know, the MTA, the multi-touch attribution, where the model, it's not going to be a perfect model. You know, you can't expect perfection. You never do. You're smarter than that, Summer. It's progression. You need to progress. As long as there's progression, it's not perfection. But that MTA attribution, going back to something Summer brought up at the early phase, is very interesting.
Can you explain, Jason, to our listeners, the difference between this multi-touch attribution versus the path to purchase, which in AMC, you've had that access to that since it launched? Well,
what's cool about it, there's a lot of ad tools out there when you see this path to purchase where you can actually go to the campaign or campaigns that were involved in that path to purchase. That's very interesting information. But here's the game changer based on Unboxed conference for me is instead of just saying, okay, they started with the DSP ad, then it went to an SD ad, then it went to a SP ad, or, you know, whatever, they actually allocate the percentage of the decision-making process for each of those different path to purchase ad types, which is very interesting data. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's not. But that's very interesting. If you're only seeing at the bottom of the funnel, the brand keyword search converting, and the DSP and the S sponsored display campaign accounted for 40% of that path to purchase, and that specific path to purchase has been used 30% of the time, and you're looking at ROAS on your DSP and SD campaigns and you cut them, guess what that's going to do? It's going to kill your brand conversions. And so this really gives kind of a 360-degree view. It's a very interesting addition. I haven't seen it yet in the tool. And I know, Jeff Cohen does his rad behavior newsletter. He said in one of his updates that he's going to give more specific details on each of these announcements in the coming months. So I'm on the edge of my chair to see some of this stuff. That's just damn cool.
What was the quote that one of them said? Like garbage in, garbage out. So it's a faster way. Like you're going to bring in a lot of junk that you don't need, but quicker to remove it. So you have less wasted spend that you can reinvest, which Amazon, of course, reinvest in us. Yes, I get it. That's fine. Right. You give me the data, I'll reinvest.
Well, go ahead, Summer.
The one quote, Jason, we had to get back to your quotes, but the one quote I wanted to share that I died. It was the first day, and the woman goes, she's on stage with someone at Amazon ads, and they're like, what's the one piece of advice you would give? And I'm going to paraphrase because I wrote down the quote, but I can't find it. She goes, don't waste your time on anything you can't measure. And I go,
the host loved that, by the way. The Amazon ad person was
repeated it. And I said, does she realize who this audience is? All we've done for the last 10 years is invest in things we can't measure.
They went from nothing to 50 billion on that premise.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That one, that MTA quote was exposure to multiple ad types wins.
Yes.
Ooh. That's the MTA.
The MTA, that's a transit system.
Yeah.
Just like your Amazon warehouse and distribution, that's a 4-wheel drive vehicle. All-wheel drive.
I got another quote, Scotty. Let me get this one in. You're gonna
go. Quote,
you're gonna love this one. I watch and I want.
Yeah.
I watch Prime Video TV show and I want what I see. I leaned over to Liz LaValle, our VP of Ops.
We still got to get her on. Do you know anybody who can get her on?
She is great. My fear is we get Liz on. You guys are never going to invite me back because she's 10 times better than me. She is awesome. You got to get her on. I know a guy who knows a guy who can get you her email.
I'll call Shannon.
We'll get her on.
Let's get back to this. I watch and I want. What did you lean over
watch
to Liz
and I want, and I had this vision as that was said, and imagine, Scott, you're watching the Lakers, and you see LeBron's new shoe as he's going up and down the court, dropping 35 on your favorite team score, Scotty, because I'm a Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
And on the window there, you can either pause it and mouse over his shoes and add to cart, or there's a scroll on the side where you can buy any shoe. You can buy the HyperIce Theragun type device, whatever, and add it to your cart, and it's there tomorrow or before the game ends. That's where I want is heading. And it reminded me of that old quote from Jeff Bezos, where he was, talking about accepting an award for a TV show. He goes, I don't get it. People watch this TV show and they buy more shoes. Right?
Yeah.
But we are here now.
That's so
how this is going to evolve.
Summer, what have I been saying the new flywheel is for a long time?
I don't know. I 2.5 of this shit you say out.
It's fair. It's a fair response.
Summer is so wise.
The new flywheel is content, advertising, and logistics. And
what were the 3 C's they kept saying?
Oh,
content was one of them. They kept saying 3 C's. It's the 3 C's.
Yeah.
Category? No,
I got it in here somewhere. I took like 45 pages of notes. Oh, culture, consumer, and category. Culture that speaks to your content and who you're targeting, and specifically lasering in content that matches to those audience in the target. That's your consumer, right? Marrying the two together. branding agencies becoming performance marketing agencies and merging together. That's what we're building at F7. We've seen this coming for years, and everything that we're doing is driving us towards that, because that's the future. You've got all these big ad holding companies. You got Omnicom out there. You got WPP out there, and they've been buying up companies since the beginning of time. And they're also siloed, right?
Yeah.
They're also siloed. It's like bottom up, baby.
But the Amazon is brilliant in the fact that they're building this out, because I think the content, they have content. Who else has content? Well, Netflix has content.
Yeah. But they don't have the conversion channel.
They don't have the conversion. You can't buy stuff. So you tell me what Walmart's content is. You tell me what Walmart's, and they're building out their ad console, and I have other stuff.
Building it, man. Walmart's coming. I'm telling you.
I agree with you, and I got questions for you offline. But my question is, what's their content hook? They don't own content. They don't own their own content. They don't own MGM Studios. They don't own NFL rights. They don't.
Neither did Amazon 10 years ago.
I'm saying, but this is
coming.
This is where Walmart has to jump in, because the content is the biggest thing. Then they play the advertising, and then there's
going to be a dozen others, that have the potential to jump in there and compete for NFL rights. It's not going to happen overnight, but the retail media game is going to drive this.
But the retail media game is Amazon. You guys just came from Unboxed. This whole show's about Unboxed. That is retail media. You just came from the largest retail media conference in the world.
Yeah. Sure, but Kroger. Why can't Kroger look down the road and say, we're going to have all the cooking shows, and everything that we put on a cooking show is going to end up in the cart.
And we're going to deliver that.
And we're going to deliver that to your home.
With a chef that comes with and does the dishes.
That's right. That's what Summer needs. Again, she does it right, Scotty.
For Summer,
she does it right.
I'm not cooking it.
Is there any? No, I'm coming to cook for the Jubileers. We're gonna get Butcher Box, and we're gonna cook for you.
Nice.
Is there, as we wrap this thing up? Thank you both for this is an ad hoc, last second, just a beautiful moment in the history of the show. Is there any other big things for Unboxed recap 2024 that, again, you'll hear everywhere else, but just especially here?
The headline here: full funnel ads at scale with closed loop measuring. Amazon is the first. They will not be the last.
I think that's great. And I think it's good news for mid-market, small, medium business, the small guy, finally, the man of the people, Jason Boyce.
Yes.
Finally. And I think I think the AI video is going to be freaking amazing, by the way. Yeah. The TikTok and everybody else and all the social, it's proving out that people don't really care. They need video. They just want to watch stuff. So I think I'm jealous. Okay. But I'm glad I know you two people, because why, Summer?
Because people matter, and you are listening to Always Off Brand.
Thanks for hanging out, Jason.
Thank you so much, guys. This is always so much fun.
Hey there, this is Haley from Quickfire, and they want me to read this so you know what this podcast is part of and how to find out more if you want. Always Off Brand is a production of Quickfire LLC and a part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network. For more information, go to quickfirenow.com. Have a good one, and thanks for listening.
What?
Nothing.
Where do you want?
Nothing. Let's go.
Do I have salad in my teeth? Because I just had salad.
Just a little broccoli. Other than that, you're good.
Do I?
My salad should be here any minute.
Your breakfast salad?
Everything's delivered.
It's noon already. How did that happen?
Do you know that Summer Jubileer, everything's delivered to her. Everything is delivered to her. It's a glorious existence.
Jason's got to be the same.
Yeah. Summer does this right.
Jason, you
someday I'm going to get smart like Summer.
I tipped the cap. Don't get me wrong.
Right?
I tipped the cap. I'm a schmuck. Okay.
I'm just a shitsko over here, just getting shit done.
I
say shit's fine. I say shit's fine. It's just I'm a Gentile trying to pronounce these words, and it is very challenging.
No, but you're a Jew now. You're half Jewish. You got
it. Matt goes, it sounds like you're saying
you're like me, Summer. You're the Shabbos goy. I used to turn the liquor game on every Friday night after the sun went down. Yeah,
exactly. We got to get your Yiddish game higher.
My mother-in-law is always trying. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying.
All right,
let's go.
3, 2,